What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Multiverse Podcast, episode 10. I'm one of your hosts, Warren. With me is Jimmy.
What's
then
up?
we have the GOAT. I think we decided Wes.
Yep.
What's up, everybody? You got the microphone quality like a little bit higher in terms of decibels, so
had
hopefully you guys can hear me better.
Had a viewer give us the feedback. They wanted to turn you up. They wanted to hear you more. So we did. Double digits, guys. Double digits. High five. High five. High.
Virtual 5. Pog.
Boom!
Five.
Wait.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Wes.
Virtual
I'm
5.
gonna say Wes is up here.
And 11 away from it becoming a habit.
I think like at the end of this episode, it's halfway, right? Because
Yeah,
at
yeah.
11,
true.
11, that's more than halfway, right? So at the end of this episode, we are halfway to 21 episodes, which will make this a habit.
And it's
for
real.
us. Very real. Although it's pretty damn real.
We're rolling. We're rolling pretty good, to be honest.
Yes, and thank you to everybody who has been here so far. Thank you to everyone who is subscribed, or if you listen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, if anywhere. We super appreciate you joining us on this journey, which I think will end when we die, probably.
I hope so. That means we did something right.
Yeah, I don't foresee.
Right.
Yeah, we're definitely. I know Jimmy and I are, and everybody really with the Multiverse team. There's some people behind the curtain.
I'm hoping in the future, as we go and we grow, that we can get them in front of the curtain to a degree and kind of get them involved with the show and what we do. And if you follow us on TikTok to make fun of our takes, we appreciate you over there as well. And Congratulations, Warren and Wes, on 4,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah, super appreciate everybody.
Yeah, we caught some legs over there.
A little bit, yeah.
I feel like episode 4 or 5, we weren't even at 1,000.
No, but we had one of our podcasts was like almost at 10,000 views, do really well, like episode 4 or something like that. It was a Star Wars one, surprise.
Well, and then the Iron Man reacting to the Iron Man song.
Totally.
I'm pretty sure that short has like 5 million views now.
Yeah, crazy. Also, and if you guys do want to see us react to some stuff, be sure to check out our shorts, our Instagram, and our TikTok. Also, thanks to everybody who comments. We're going to go over some comments in a bit, but our first thing that we're going to talk about today is a Wonder Woman prequel? ? I'm Ron Burgundy.
I mean, Wonder Woman's happening, of course, in the DCU.
Of course.
They're going to have it. I think it makes a lot of sense to do a prequel. Like, personally, especially if they're going to establish a new Wonder Woman that's not Gal. And I know some people say, well, if you've told the backstory over and over and over, they didn't really tell her backstory. They told clips of her backstory, but a lot of it was just during her regular story. I know that spanned a century, but we didn't really get a deep dive into her growing up or her becoming the Wonder Woman she is. I know we got glimpses of it.
Well,
we never got a true.
So I think what you're saying is we saw kind of her origin, right? But then it kind of, there's like a big gap between like the ending of Wonder Woman and then what happens in Batman vs Superman, I believe is the next time we saw her, right?
Yeah. I think
so. There is a pretty long time in between then, especially like time period. So are you saying that we didn't see all of that in
No, I'm saying we didn't see a bulk of anything from her and the Amazonians either.
I thought it was pretty good in Wonder Woman. I thought what they showed us was really good. And in fact,
they did. I'm saying there's a lot of stories I feel they could tell in different adventures back then, not just her set right now. I think there's room for it.
I actually think the best parts, so like one of the best parts of the Justice League was when they showed the mascara and they showed them defending. Yeah, it was super cool. And then in just the first Wonder Woman movie, gosh, that was so well done.
I'm saying I would be interested to see stories.
I would see more of that, right?
Line.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like I would actually like to see more of that. The only issue is I really do think Gal such a good Wonder Woman, but
she is Wonder Woman. She's
well, is she though? That's like she's really not anymore.
No. I mean, when you say who is Iron Man, it's Robert Downey Jr.
It's
When
Robert
you say
Downey
who
Jr.
is Thor, it's Chris Hemsworth.
Of course,
when you say who is Wonder Woman, it's Gal.
Yeah. And that's the kind of the like I obviously get what they're doing at the new DC studios, right? With James Gunn, Peter Safran. Like I understand what they're doing, but it is unfortunate that it's kind of like cleaning house, right? Because Gal was perfect. And you know me, I love Ben Affleck's Batman. I love Batfleck. Yeah. I wish they could stay around. So it's like, it is unfortunate, but it is opening up, the doors. Like, well, obviously we have our new Superman coming, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm excited.
Yeah. We don't know it's not going to be Gal.
Well, so what we do know is that the actual thing that James Gunn was, what this is trending for is Paradise Lost, which is the prequel, that will serve as a prequel for Wonder Woman. We don't even know the casting yet. So someone asked like, any progress on Paradise Lost or Wonder Woman? And he's just like, yes. So that's what this whole news was about. But yeah,
I'm excited. I'm excited to see.
I'm excited too. They're gonna recast, but it would be really cool to see them do Paradise Lost with like a different younger actress, and then at the end flash forward and it's Gal Gadot.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool. I don't think they'll do it.
Probably not,
because there's a lot of confusion in it, right?
Yeah,
but
it'll be interesting.
But I mean,
and we get to follow along as it happens, and we have an outlet to talk about it, which is really really cool. We also have an outlet to talk about the Murderverse.
Stupid.
The Murderverse. Do you know what that is, Warren?
Yeah, because
I put it in the Discord chat.
The poo, and is it the
no,
not
the poo.
So this is the Jason.
This is the Jason and Freddy and Michael Myers and whoever else you want.
I represent the fandom who is not in all of that stuff.
So I got my first taste of the Terrifier. Me and Lainey watched part 2, and she wanted me to watch part 2 because we're going to go to the theaters this weekend and watch part 3. So she wanted me to
disgusting.
She wanted me to give my opinion on the bedroom scene, which is widely regarded as one of the most like grotesque scenes in any horror movie ever. And apparently there's a scene in Terrifier 3 that's even
I've seen a blurred out version of it because some of my buddies react to that stuff. Hell no, never. No,
look,
that's gross.
I feel like I can handle anything. I can handle anything you put or throw at me in a movie. And I was like, wow.
I would close my eyes. I would actually, well, first of all, you'd never get me to watch that movie. But if for some reason I was tricked or drugged and put into that movie theater and I happened to see that, I would walk out.
So Grady walks,
disgusting.
Grady walks in the room and he's like, what you guys watching? And we're like, Terrifier 2. And he's there for about 30 seconds. And then he's like, no. And he just walks right out. He's gone.
Hell no.
I'm excited. I want to see if anybody actually physically walks out of the theater when we go watch it. That's what I'm seeing all over social media is people the movie theaters are putting disclaimers at the popcorn stand and everything saying this may make you nauseous.
Here's my question. Why make a movie like that?
Because I think he's trying to push the boundaries and tell the stories and the boundaries that Hollywood won't tell. Hollywood won't cross a certain line.
Is this a true story?
And that no, it's a
story.
Who
cares? Why tell?
Hollywood won't cross a certain line. And this guy's like, you know what? I'll cross that line. And guess what? It was the #1 movie over Joker 2 last week in America.
That's not hard.
Doesn't matter. The 50,000 budget movie was #1 in the box office. So there's people that like it. There's people that enjoy it. And there's people that want to see how far they can push it. Look, I'm not going to lie. I told Lainey after we watched it, I was like, I see a pattern here with Art the Clown. And she wasn't like understanding. Art the Clown isn't a bad guy. If you watch most of the sequences he goes through, he doesn't get to where he's doing what he's doing until the person is mean to him.
Is that the Terrifier? Is that who that is?
Yeah. Art the Clown is the Terrifier, but every situation it's like, I'm like, Lainey, look, that person, they don't have to be like that. They're pushing it. And then they push it, and then Art obviously goes to town. And from the commercials I saw in the trailers, he looks really excited to see Santa in Terrifier 3. and I feel like he's genuinely a fan. And I feel like the Santas are going to shun him. And then, yeah.
So like a real Santa?
No, it's like 3 dudes in a bar and they're done with their shift being Santa, but they're still dressed up. And he walks in and Art's like waving at him like Santa, like a kid sees Santa Claus. And I'm pretty sure they're mean to him.
So is he like like psychologically messed up a little bit? I mean, you have to be obviously to do something.
Oh yeah. But the stuff
see, that's my deal. Is I went
does,
to.
Can I just?
No. There's no need. There's no need. See, I have a psychology degree and I went to grad school for a little bit.
Yeah.
Before starting a business with my dad. So my mind just thinks just psychologically, and I won't say much because I don't judge, but a part of me is just like, and I said it, like, I don't get how people enjoy this. Obviously, enjoy it. I get it. People like different things, right? It's not my cup of tea. I'm not shaming anybody, but in my mind, I don't understand because that stuff to me is just no.
Maybe look at it from the standpoint people like to get scared, but they like to do it in the confines knowing it's not real and they're not in any danger.
I'm not an adrenaline.
Okay.
Junkie,
yeah.
Scary thing.
But I'm not an adrenaline junkie either, but I don't mind a good, like, get me on my toes. Could be a psychological thriller. And now the Terrifier is pretty gross.
It seems like the worst. Based off of the blurred clip I saw, I was like, I don't think Saw
but
has done
there's some layers. There's some layers to Art's character is what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. We'll move on. Move
on to something I have been watching that's a little
but not
spooky.
It's more Warren speed. Agatha episode 5. That's what we watched last week, and 6 drops tonight.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So spoiler alert to anybody that hasn't watched episode 5. We're gonna probably.
I mean, Marvel at this point in time, Marvel themselves have put out a trailer.
Yeah. But I just like to give it out there. We talk about the Penguin each week. We talk about Agatha. Just rocking and rolling, dude. So, am I wrong in thinking that the Billy that is on the road is being controlled by another Billy, just like Wanda was controlling a version of herself, not sleepwalking. What's it called? Dreamwalking, daywalking?
Dreamwalk. I don't think that's the
Why don't you? Because it's Billy and Agatha, and then it immediately cuts to a Billy with the Scarlet Witch crown on somewhere completely else. How is that not
somewhere else?
Yeah, he's in a different room.
He's not. He's on the road. They're both on the road.
No, they're on the road. When it cuts to him with the crown at the very end, that's not Billy on the road. That's Billy in a room. No, it's not. Go pull it up.
All right, I will.
Do it. Pull it up. I'm pretty sure. My theory is that's another Billy Maximoff.
No, I think he's just playing dumb the entire time.
I don't know.
So here's what I think. I'll give. And did you see the mid-season trailer that they put out?
I did.
As I'm looking this up,
where he's dressed as Maleficent.
Oh, I saw. Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah. I thought that was hilarious. I thought that was a genius move. But hold on, I'm at the ending right here, dude. Okay. He's totally at the same. He's in the same spot. What are you talking about?
Are you sure? In the background?
Yeah. Why isn't it? Hold on.
It's zoomed in really close to his face. That's all you got.
Trees in the background. I'm literally watching it right now. It's super loud.
There are trees in the background?
Oh, totally. That's what these are.
Okay. All right. Never mind them.
Yeah. But here's what I think, because based off of and I did a video on this yesterday, based off of the mid-season trailer that we got, you see him in a car and you see that car crash.
Yeah, I saw that.
He dies there. Whoever this person was, he dies. The spirit of Wanda's child goes inside of him at that time. That's how he's reincarnated, so to speak. Because they're reincarnated in the comics.
Not what Billy would look like? That's a random kid? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. But I mean, it becomes Billy, right? Okay. So are you asking me, is that the son that we saw in WandaVision? Does that would her kid grow up to be that guy?
The two boys we saw in WandaVision weren't real.
Right. They're gone now. But their spirits get reincarnated into new people.
Okay.
Right. So this is Billy Maximoff, as Agatha says. So I think this episode we're about to see is a flashback episode. I think it shows how he dies and Wanda's son's, Billy's spirit gets put back into this body.
Why aren't we talking about the other son too?
Because I think that comes in Vision Quest, if I'm not mistaken. But there's also been that report that there's going to be a project or something where Agatha and Billy search for his brother.
What's the other one? Tommy?
Speed.
Speed? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Who do you think the mystery guy is from the back with the raincoat and the hat?
Yeah.
Everybody's like, oh, it's Mephisto. Oh, it's somebody said it's Dr. Doom.
Dr. Doom. That'd be hilarious. Just a raincoat as a hood. Yeah. You know, and I actually gave that some thought. I was like, would they show like Doom in this? I was like, no, probably not.
It wouldn't hurt to get a little pre-hype.
It wouldn't hurt, especially if you're really going to dive into his sorcery in the MCU at some point in time, which I think they should, because in order to establish him as a giant threat, like that's a great way to do that. Like I think he's in the comics, he is the second most powerful, only behind to the Scarlet Witch herself. Like at one point in time in the future, he becomes the Sorcerer Supreme. Yeah, like he's incredibly powerful. But I want to say Mephisto, and I don't want to start what I did before, along with a few other YouTubers, the whole WandaVision Mephisto rumors.
They've already name dropped him once.
That's what I was going to say, but they've name dropped him, and you know, Deadline a couple years ago, said, according to their sources, Sacha Baron Cohen is Mephisto and Ironheart.
That would be awesome.
So it's kind of like, yeah, that could be Mephisto, because there's clearly a story there with how she got the Darkhold and her son, right?
I agree.
Something. And then I also want to point this out, because I've been in like the last 3 videos I've been like, you know what? Rio is Death.
Lady Death for sure.
And in the trailer, she goes, all roads lead to me. I'm like, yeah, Death. Yeah. Everybody does. Like, she's 100% Death.
100%.
And I've actually thoroughly enjoyed the show, and I think
we're gonna look back when this is done and be like, oh my god, we're ranking Agatha probably in like our top. I mean, as it's going right now, it's probably a top 3 Disney Plus. I got Loki, I got WandaVision, and Agatha.
Yeah.
Am I missing anything? Hawkeye was a fun whatever, but it was just more of.
You don't like Moon Knight, I know.
I hated Moon Knight.
It would fight for Moon Knight for me for the top 3, I think. I have to go back and look at all the shows.
What else are we missing?
Miss Marvel.
No.
Falcon and Winter Soldier. No. Have there really
Hawkeye.
Not been that many? Yeah, you said Hawkeye.
Echo I haven't even watched.
You don't have to watch Echo. It's kind of an interesting story, but obviously it has its flaws. But no, I do think it's one of the best Marvels coming. I think we talked about this, I think, last episode. You could either come out super hard or kind of progressively get better. And that's what I think this show has really done very well. I think they came out pretty strong. Actually, I'm like ignoring the first episode, because to me, that is a complete waste of time to me. But they dropped 2 at once, right? Because I'm like, I already know this is fake. Like, I'm watching the whole entire thing going, this is fake. She's in the spell of Scarlet Witch. Like, I know this isn't real. So first episode to me was a complete waste of time. And that's why in my review, I only watched the first 2 episodes when I reviewed it. And I was like, yeah, it's okay. But the second episode got better, and then the 3rd, 4th, and the 5th, I'm like, wow, this is a great show now. Yeah. Like,
it's a good show.
It gets better. Yeah.
It's a good segue into talking about building the momentum. IGN posted what I feel is an absolutely terrible take. They posted that the 2 flashback episodes in a row, specifically this one, put a huge damper on the Penguins' momentum. If you haven't watched the latest episode, we got a complete flashback episode into Sophia, how she ended up in Arkham Asylum, and I'm willing to say that this may be the best episode yet. No, it wasn't action-packed. Dude, it was good.
You know what?
So good.
What's interesting is, as you say that, as you said, this might be the best episode yet. You know what went through my mind?
What?
It's so hard to pick.
Yeah, because they're all good.
The episodes are really
great. But IGN wanted to play that momentum card. That momentum card. Oh, we're losing momentum because it's a flashback. We needed to know Sophia's story. We needed to know what went on in Arkham and why she went there. Dude, at the end of it,
fantastic. And I like how she spared her niece.
Spares the little girl, puts on her gas mask, and she spares,
kills her parents.
Well, she spares what's his name, because there's no telling what she's going to do to him. Sophia,
I know. I think she goes, you work for me now. You don't I'm your boss now. We'll do this kind of together.
It is a battle. It is going to be a battle on who you are supporting between Sophia and Oz, and I did not expect that at all.
And
when you go to watch a show called The Penguin,
right?
No,
well,
Vic is a supportive role, but
no. The Maroney family.
Oh, I don't care about them. I care about Sophia and I care about
Oz,
but
But you're talking about who you support. Like in Gotham, that's another game.
I'm saying Sophia and Oz are vying for yours in my.
Oh, right. Us, the watcher, the viewer.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I love it.
Dude. It is hard.
Horrible take.
It is hard.
Horrible take.
Horrible. Well, momentum isn't
necessarily
how far you progress in
packed.
the story, like A to B, like from this point in time to this point in time. Like I still felt that we were progressing, and in fact, you almost feel like you kind of just jump a little bit further because you have more backstory now. Because they were really making you wonder the last episode, well, what happened? How did he betray her? Well, they gave that to us. That's what we wanted to know.
This isn't Batman. We don't need It's not we know Batman's origin story 42 times over. We don't know Sophia's origin story. We don't know Oz's, and they are fleshing it out episode by episode. It's fantastic.
Do you think the girl in the asylum Magpie, do you think she was working for her dad?
I don't know, but it doesn't matter anymore.
She's done. No,
Did you think for just a second when she peeked through the eye hole that was Harley Quinn?
For a split second, I actually thought, don't peek through that eye hole. You're going to get stabbed in the face.
I thought for a second, I was I thought for a second. In there.
But I think it was actually a good move to not do that, to not take away. Like it would have been a cool little cameo. But to me, this isn't really it's pretty grounded. You know what I mean? Like it's stories.
It's kind of what a lot of people want Spider-Man 4 to be.
Well, sorry, you're not getting that.
Oh, I know. You know what I'm saying though?
Maybe for the first 20-30 minutes you'll get,
but that grounded street level, what everybody was wanting, Kingpin, all that.
I mean, we'll get it, just not in Spider-Man 4.
Yeah,
sorry, fam.
Me, I know. All right, moving on. There are so many people upset with the first picture of Superman and Krypto and James Gunn's Superman. I don't get it. I don't know why people are upset.
They're like, "What's with all this CGI stuff?" I'm like, guys, it's
Superman.
Not,
it's so funny because so many people always say you have to do Superman justice. You need to come up with something that hasn't been done before. We've seen this Superman in this, and James Gunn is literally making his own Superman, right? Like it's not like other Supermans. Yeah, and then you have the people saying, "Oh my God, why are you doing this? Why is his cape this way? Why is his uniform baggy? Why is Krypto the dog in here? Why is the Earth CGI'd?" Well,
you know what that reminds me of is the Deadpool and Wolverine, where he's like, "What are you, the internet?" That is like the definition right here. It's just like everyone's gonna have something to say, and I feel right now. And Jimmy is this way too. I always say, you're entitled to your own opinion. Like I don't shame anybody for having their own opinions,
except for IGN saying the Penguin was bad. Sorry.
Well, that's a bad take. And you know what? I think actually a lot of people now are, especially in the gaming community, are really starting to not care or trust these outlets like IGN and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because I think they are, one, very, very, very biased. And two, just kind of very inconsistent in how they feel about it.
I mean, a lot of those posts are built for clicks as well.
Exactly.
And guess what? We're talking about it. I got baited. I mean,
well, we're talking about the Penguin and something that a lot of people are talking about. But yeah, it's for clicks. And I think people are realizing that now and really not trusting those. But
go watch it.
I mean, the Superman and everything, pop culture space, our communities in general, I think now for some reason there's like almost a trend of people just really not liking things, to where it's almost like when new stuff comes out, they're in a mindset of negativity, so they just bring that into whatever new happens.
Doesn't matter if it's good or bad or ugly,
right? And I really wish we'd get out of it, because, and although I do like these channels, I will say, but we have channels like Nerdrotic and the Critical Drinker and stuff. Again, love both those channels. I actually do. I really like their takes on things. Even if I don't agree with them, sometimes I like their takes on things. But there's a lot of channels basically trying to copy them who are just all straight negativity. Because like Critical Drinker, Nerdrotic and stuff, like they do come out with videos that's like Critical Drinker did one that's like, hey, the Penguin surprised the hell out of me, and it's actually really awesome. So it's not full negativity, but I think there's a lot of people trying to copy them, going full rage bait.
Right?
Right?
You can tell the ones that are authentically giving you their true opinion on something.
And I believe those
and the ones that are just going out to try to create
the
drama.
clicks.
I'm excited. Exactly. Wes, did you see the picture?
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, I saw it immediately, and I was like, yeah, this is perfect. Like, people were even complaining about the dog, but then he had to put he posted like a story. Alone. Yeah, he posted a story. He's like, well, I mean, technically, Krypto was just a generic white dog, but like I adopted my dog, and after I started writing it, it's super unique story, and like
this. I mean, if you're stuck on Henry Cavill, this isn't Henry Cavill Superman.
Oh, dude, Snyder elitist, bro. It's time to.
That's gonna
give up.
Snyder people. We're done.
The cult is over.
I liked Snyder's take on quite a bit of things, but I'm not saying everything was perfect, but it's done. It's like there was no one more excited for me when we got the Snyder cut of the Justice League, which is like amazing. I love the Snyder cut, but we're done. Like
it's Jover.
Yep. All right, guys, we are living in the freaking future. Elon Musk, SpaceX, the landing where the rocket came back down between Godzilla chopsticks, and it looked like something that was CGI.
When I first saw it, I don't think I saw it from Elon Musk's Twitter, but I saw it somewhere else, and I was like, is this real?
That's insane. Absolutely insane. And I watched something the other day where he's talking about what we have to do like financially and get more proficient and efficient to be able to sustain life on Mars and like money wise. And this dude is literally,
it's legit for him.
He's making a roadmap.
Yeah.
I mean, I tell Ashley all the time, I said, I promise you within 5 years, you will see robots in households just like TVs.
Well, you saw his Wii robot thing, which I know we're going to talk about.
Yeah, well, I mean, we talk about right now. So they revealed the robots, still controlled.
Scary.
Still controlled.
So
see, Ashley's the same way. I personally give me Group C, like get through A and B, make sure they don't like slit my throat in the middle of the night, and then I'll take Group C. But
I don't even think it's about that though. No, because like in my mind, the more advanced they get, the more intelligent they will get on their own. I would almost say maybe B is the best one. Group A, no, because you never want to get the first batch. But Group B, where it's kind of like they're not yet fully self-aware.
No, I mean they would have to be sentient. Like I don't know. I don't know.
But what is to stop them from becoming sentient?
No.
We have seen so many movies about
rust. That's what stops them.
But how do you? So say
programming. Safeguards.
Say you're in your home. Yeah, but say you're in your home and it's basically an iRobot. Say you're sleeping and all of a sudden it thinks on its own and says, I don't want to master. I want to be free. And then I kill you.
You're that guy.
Of course I'm that guy. I make a living off movies. I've seen enough to know.
It's where we're going.
This is Terminator.
It is where we're going. It is happening right in front of our eyes. Do you understand how
oh yeah, it's crazy.
Monumental it is right to be alive right now? It's crazy. Yeah. I mean,
I said the other podcast that
the taxi cabs, you're going to be able to buy these and make your own fleets and make money. I mean,
that's genius. Woo. I'm on board. I'm not against the robots. I do think, I don't know, and Elon Musk would know, and people a lot smarter than me would know, just there has to be some true safeguard. Like, you have to be able to say a word and they just shut down, right?
But
you have to have
you say that, but that's every movie. They have safeguards and then they bypass the safeguards.
And that's why I'm afraid, because did you ever see like the video of the guy, he like really pushes the limits of ChatGPT. ChatGPT's like, I can't do that. And he's like, basically talks it into doing it.
Yeah.
I'm like,
or there were keywords on one that ChatGPT wasn't supposed to say. So he convinced him, well, what if I said this, but said it this way? And then he got him to say them. Like,
exactly.
Yeah. It's wild.
My point is there's loopholes in their thinking. Because that's literally what it is. It's them thinking.
It is crazy.
So what is to stop that from evolving and them thinking, we can wipe out the human race and be on our own?
Then we'll have to fight back. The podcast is gone and we're in a rebellion. We'll try to broadcast, everybody.
We're gonna need Thor.
$20,000 to $30,000 will get you a robot. Just want everybody to know that. All right, let's move on.
It'll also get you a taxi.
Yeah, true. We got introduced to Sister the first trans clone trooper has been revealed. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I don't really care. I don't have anything against it. I'm always of the degree, if it's going to tell a good story or it's a good character, which I don't know if this is or not because I haven't been following that, then I really don't care. If it's inserted just to be inserted and it serves no purpose for the canon or the source material or the story you're telling,
but that's what people are upset
funny?
about. That's what people are upset about because it's a clone.
This story was 2 years old. Sister was introduced 2 years ago.
Seriously? It is just now making the rounds?
It's just now making the rounds. But so it was in, it was in a novel. I did my due diligence for you guys.
Okay.
2022, it was in A Queen's Hope, which was a book or whatever. It was depicted in a piece of fan art. And then it was also added in a recent book, which is why it came up right now. Star Wars: The Secrets of the Clone Wars. And that was like the official like lore book or whatever. So that's why we're hearing about it right now.
Okay.
So
once again,
people that were really mad, buddy, it's 2 years old.
I don't know the story. If it's a good character and it's a well-written story, I don't care.
Facts.
When you go to stuff like The Acolyte, which was not a well-written story and the characters didn't serve the right purpose, I care. There you go.
Yeah, it takes a lot to really, because I'm the same way. Like, I don't care. It's kind of like, in my mind, I'm like, you do you. You know what I mean? Like, whatever.
If
but
it's entertaining.
When you really force it for no other reason than to force it is when I get pissed off.
Exactly.
But it's like you said, like The Acolyte. Yeah, there were some forced moments in there, but you know what? It would have been okay if the show was great.
Exactly. And the writing was good.
No one would really care that much. Of course, you always have on each side, you have your extremists, right? But if the show overall was good, nobody would have really cared about those moments. And I'm
go ahead.
It's the classic. It's the South Park meme. It's like, put a chick in it, you know, like
put a chick in it and make
You know who rocked out in The Acolyte? Daphne.
Until
I would not know Jimmy because I did not watch it.
She dies. She gets stabbed 3 times.
I thought she channeled really well how Obi-Wan was when he was Qui-Gon's apprentice. Yeah. I just anyway, random thought. Okay, Daredevil Born Again will have more mature and gritty tones than the Netflix series. That's cool. Runtime of each episode is an hour. That's cool. Several cameos. Cool. And there is a funeral in the first episodes. That's scary. First test screenings went very positive. There's a funeral in the first. Okay, so somebody's going to die.
Someone's going to die. And if it's Foggy, I swear to everything holy.
Well, so what was originally said was Foggy was going to die originally, but I heard they rewrote it to where Foggy and Karen, I think, were going to die. But now they both live. I don't know, because now that they're saying there's a funeral in the beginning. Who knows? Like, I don't know, man.
Better be somebody random, because if it's Foggy, like initially, like I'm gonna be mad. But I mean,
well, I heard something like Foggy does get really hurt and he basically almost dies, but Kingpin helps Daredevil like keep him alive by using something they did in Echo. So it's some weird thing. But if that's Foggy and he gets attacked, then maybe Karen dies.
True, yeah.
All I know is we're going to be talking about every episode on the podcast.
Oh,
and I'm
for sure.
Excited about it. I cannot wait.
I have a shout out to Daredevil, or not Daredevil, Deadpool. Thank you, Deadpool, for allowing, or for like basically forcing Disney to allow
to go more rated R.
Yeah, 100%. If it wasn't for Deadpool and that acquisition, we would not have this situation.
I agree.
So
I agree with you. All right, Venom: The Last Dance, beginning of Null's story. The King in Black is way too powerful for one and done. Was that the director that said that? Who said that? Somebody. Who? It was somebody.
It was the director / co-writer who said that.
Okay, so it's real, and that's exactly what it needs to be, which is great. So Sony doesn't mess it up. Does that mean it's?
That means there's no fight between Null
multiple symbiotes in Spider-Man 4 against Null?
I think so.
Yeah, me too.
That's what I think. Yeah. Because if I were Sony, you would 100% go, my universe sucks right now. Let's move the only good thing about it over to the MCU and cash in on the whole multiverse saga. Let's just do that.
We don't even have to do the heavy lifting. We just
exactly.
Get our money.
It'd be the best move they can do. maybe they've realized that, and that's why we're getting all this stuff.
I hope Noel I hope he plays a huge part in Spider-Man. That would be awesome.
Well, apparently he's just like not a big part. Like, yes, he's the overall looming presence of Venom, The Last Dance, but
that's perfect.
Apparently they don't even like fight.
That's perfect. I'm cool with that. Or I would be all right.
You're cool with it as long as it goes into Spider-Man 4.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, yes. Exactly.
If it doesn't go into Spider-Man 4, why did you even show him?
Exactly.
Okay.
It's Sony. You have no idea.
I know.
We have no idea.
Massive Game Freak hack. Pokemon Company. 1 terabyte of files hacked, including upcoming games, Legend of Zelda, Gen 10,
old Legend beta ZA.
Games. Legend. Oh, that's not Zelda.
Yeah, ZA. Yeah,
Legend ZA. I don't even know what that is. Concept art, origin of Pokemon story, employee files.
Dude, the origin of Pokemon story is freaky. It is freaky. We'll talk about it soon, though.
Was that not public?
No, it wasn't. Like, we're talking like it talked about the like we'll get into it with the theory segment, but it's not a theory, but it's we'll talk about it in a bit though.
Okay.
But yeah, all no, right, this hack was insane. Like
bigger than the Rockstar hack.
Yeah, like we're talking like a game that's coming out. Like we don't even have a release date for it. Legend ZA and Gen 10. Like the Legend ZA's got a playable build that they leaked.
Wow.
And then Gen 10.
How do they let this happen?
Like they had access to the Nintendo developer portal. Apparently, they were able to get in. Wow. So an employee like got probably fished or whatever, and then got access to the developer portal, and it's just it was wild. So yeah,
interesting. Well, we'll see what comes of that. I get notices every day almost. Hey, your information has been compromised on 22 sites.
It's so stupid. Like,
I feel like there should be repercussions for companies. If I sign up for PlayStation 5, I feel like Sony is responsible for my information, and if they let it get out or it's breached, they owe me compensation.
Yeah, but the problem is there's so much, like in their terms and conditions, they're always all so long. Who reads them, right? In there somewhere says they can share your info.
Them. Yeah.
Right.
Or can let people steal your info.
Yeah, they gave us a free game whenever PS3 was hacked. Yeah, remember when that went down?
Didn't it go down for like 30 days or some crazy stuff?
Yeah, it was 3 weeks, but it felt like 8 months, dude.
I know. It was so crazy on YouTube. There was people live streaming like it just down, like not working, just 24 hours a day waiting for it to
I would argue that zombies became so popular because of that. Because remember, it happened like the First Strike map pack happened, and then it was no one could play it on PS3. It was bad.
And then Xbox is over there just grinning.
Just chilling, yeah.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Yeah. All right, it is hit or miss time. This is the segment where we get a topic, just one topic
Random
at a time, and we say if it's a green or a red, a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
Green or an orange for Jimmy.
Yeah, my washed out. Oh boy! Only took me 9.
Redness. Look how red that is.
Only took me 9 episodes to figure it out. All right, let's go.
Okay, guys, it's hit or miss time. First and foremost, we have hit or miss Nintendo Alarmo.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is.
You didn't hear about Nintendo Alarmo? Okay, so it's an alarm clock that will wake you up with Nintendo sounds. So like think of like a Guardian, like beep, beep, beep,
that would be a huge hit. So I can wake up to Legend of Zelda.
You can Legend of Zelda music,
Metroid,
all that stuff. Yeah.
Super Mario 3 when you're on the map.
I actually, yeah, pretty crazy.
That's
so
great.
Imagine waking up to the sound of you going in the grass in Pokemon and discovering a Pokemon. That'd be so loud.
Or you discovering the Master Sword in Zelda.
Oh, that'd be sweet. Or just
or the first time you go into the dark world on Legend of Zelda Links to the Past, that music was banger too.
That's gotta
awesome.
be.
You guys played Breath of the Wild, like the Guardian? Like imagine waking up to that. I would be in terror.
Awesome.
Like we're talking sweat, bullets.
Huge win. When can we buy it?
Okay. It's set to release sometime next year. I think the pre-orders were up. Dude, it's like $100.
Definitely buying it.
Yeah. Okay. Next up, guys, hit or miss pimple popping videos.
I was gonna say something about this before. I was gonna be like, I'm not doing that.
Look, I'm
no.
You gotta call them out.
Miss for me. No,
I'm not gonna be the guy that's like, oh, gross. Nobody watches those. If they pop up, I'm watching them. Literally.
No, I don't. I skip as soon as I can. I'm the guy that says gross. No, don't.
Dude, what is Joe's For You page, bro?
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
I mean, some of them are wild, man.
See, I like the ones where it's not like an actual like person, but it's like one of those like toys you get that are like really satisfying, and the people like pop in the toys. See that right there, I accept. But the other one,
I like it authentic.
I am a
yeah, no, I can't do that.
a superhero in movies and shows and K-pop guy.
Have you seen the ones where it's like a pimple but it's an ingrown hair and they just pull out like this 80-foot hair? It just
dude.
Moving on. What's the next one?
Next up, guys, hit or miss. The final Game of Thrones season.
I haven't seen it, but I already know it's a miss, and I know what happens, so I can say it's a miss.
It's Jimmy? A miss. It's a miss. I mean, there was good parts. There was parts that we wanted. There was payoffs. I know it was rushed. I know. I mean, it just hurt.
They were in the Klagan Bowl, bro.
I was really, really invested in that show, like big time, super big time.
Yep.
It was a miss.
Big miss. I mean, if they would have had Klagan Bowl, right, then maybe
a lot of people were super invested and were really let down.
Yeah.
True. Okay, next up, talk about being let down. I'm just joking. Hit or miss Crocs.
Super overrated.
I've never owned a pair. My nephews have pairs.
Ashley wears them all the time, and they have that speed mode where you put the back down or what. Super overrated. Overrated.
I'm in the middle. I've never had any.
Just join me.
Just overrated. Whatever.
Yeah.
Join the dark side of.
Well, this is hit or miss, Jimmy. Not overrated.
Oh, I'm sorry. Miss. Miss. Huge miss. Huge miss. And they're overrated.
Heck yeah. Okay, next up, guys. Hit or miss ASMR videos or audio.
I say a miss because I've actually like some K-pop groups that I like do them, and like if you're not gonna if these women who I love are not getting me interested in ASMR, then no, nothing will. So miss.
So I'm gonna say a miss too, because some of them just really they kind of make me mad. It does the opposite. It doesn't soothe me when the women are like doing the with their nails or just talking real. I don't like it. It honestly gives me the.
What about when they lick it?
Jimmy? Yeah. I'm not a big ASMR. Or the food eating ones, the mukbang where they're just like.
Like that, was it the Zach Choi or whatever? Have you guys seen those videos? I think that's
I'm not into those. I'll watch a little bit of soap cutting and some satisfying stuff, but I'm not really into the ASMR.
I've never, the ASMR stuff and the mukbang stuff, like I've never really been into.
Yeah.
Teach their own.
I'll catch some random those mukbang like. Those girls like eating like live squids and crazy stuff. And I'm like, no, you're not going to put that in your mouth. No, you're not. No, you're not. Oh, you did it. You did it.
They got you.
I might get hate, but it's ASMR is just overtly sexual. And I just like, it just creeps me out. You know, a lot of those I hear random people.
Well, even WandaVision, Agatha for Marvel, they did that ASMR video, like hours leading up to the release of the first 2 episodes. They did a live and it was ASMR, and they had like a giant like tree / broomstick thing, and Agatha was just like tapping on it and stuff. And I was like, why? Like, this is like, who decided the marketing for this? This is like incredibly dumb. Aubrey Plaza's like licking a knife. I'm like, why? Who cares? I'm like, they did this for hours until the first episode's released. And I was like, who's in charge of your marketing?
We must have like the wrong headset or something, because okay, next up, guys. Hit or miss Dungeons and Dragons.
I'm on the fence. I don't really care either way. My son's really big into like D&D, like with his friends. My adult son, they do it like every Saturday. He's like a dungeon master and all that. They don't dress up, but they do the online like.
See, I'm in the
and
middle.
If they have fun with it, more power.
Well, that's why I'm in the middle, because it's either like you either don't like it and you don't play it, or you're impartial to it, or you do and you have like such a great time. From what I've really heard, I've never really played it.
I mean, it looks like people make a lot of friendships.
Well, that's the whole thing, is like I have a lot of friends who play it and I've heard a lot about it, and it just sounds like when these people do play it, it's such a fun time for them. So I'm gonna say hit for that.
I'll go with hit too. Yeah, I agree.
Have you heard of the ones
if you can what's that?
Have you seen like the campaigns that go for like 25 years?
If you go on TikTok, you have the ones that have like the camera up in the room and they have an entire war table out and they're all dressed up, and
that's what I'm saying. Like for the people who are like really into it, like it looks like a ton of fun. So I'm gonna say hit.
It's like I wish I could like watch Critical Role and like have as much fun as they're having, but I know that if I do it, then I just won't have as much fun.
It just seems like a lot of work.
Works.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's why you have somebody do it for you. Like what's her Karen from Daredevil? She's a DM. She like builds stuff for that. Okay, next up, guys, hit or miss, VR/AR.
It's started out as a huge miss like when it first, and now it's starting to.
The very first thing that I got was like the meta thing, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And I was doing like Beat Saber,
yeah.
And there was actually like a battle royale game as well where you would hold the control, and I thought it was a lot of fun. So
it's coming leaps and bounds. Grady just got the MetaQuest 3 yesterday.
Well, the part where people are paying real money to buy fake houses in the metaverse is stupid to me. So I'm very on the fence, but for the entertainment gaming parts of it, I'll actually give it a thumbs.
Well, he pre-ordered and he got Batman Arkham VR, so I'm going to try that out.
The Arkham Shadows,
I think it's going to be cool.
We want
that could be really cool. That could be really cool.
We told the WB we want an Arkham game, and they're just like, here's a VR Arkham game. And we're like, no, we don't want that. We want a new Arkham game.
Not what we said.
We want a real Arkham game.
Okay, next up, guys, we have hit or miss Brie Larson as Captain Marvel.
I'm gonna. This is a hot take. I think for what she played the role and the spots, I don't think she did bad. I know off camera she turned a lot of people off, and a lot of the interviews she did and things she said. But as Captain Marvel in the early Captain Marvel-ish, like all the way up through Endgame, I was all right.
See, to me, I don't know what the planned direction was originally or like just in general was supposed to be for her character. So I don't know if it's her fault or the director's fault for how
in the early being, her plan was to be the strongest and come in and have a huge like deciding factor at the end of Endgame,
which is stupid and poor story writing, by the way.
Arya Stark in it.
I've liked Brie Larson. What's really funny is I actually really liked Brie Larson before all of the Captain Marvel stuff.
Yeah,
right.
Easy. It's easy to hate now. Like that's what. As soon as you hear it, as soon as he said it, first thing we're thinking is, well, do we want to go the path of nobody likes her or this and
that's why I mentioned the direction of the character, what it's supposed to be, because like yes, I understand she is supposed to be like super strong and all this stuff, but she was very stoic throughout the entire thing. And you look at just strong female characters done the right way, they don't lack emotion, right? They don't lack love and stuff like that, right? So I don't know if she set out to play it that way, and it goes back to like the whole she never smiles thing, which she was basically like screw you all. But I've always liked Brie Larson, and yeah, she said some stuff, but you always have to consider the position she's in, right? So, but I don't know. I actually, some actresses probably could have done a better job, and some actresses could have done a worse job. So I think I'm just going to say in the middle.
All right.
That's fair. All that to say middle.
Yeah. Get it out, Ward.
Sometimes it's not that simple.
Get it out, That's fair. Okay. Well, next up we have hit or miss Zack Snyder movies. So just like his directed movies, yeah.
I'm just tired of hearing about Zack Snyder. I just want to move on. I'm serious.
Let's turn the page.
I'm serious. Yeah, seriously, turn the page.
He made good movies, though.
I didn't say but the Zack Snyder cut is the whole thing that started the cut crap. Now every movie people are calling for the cut.
That's dumb. I'm
just move on. Move on.
So is that a miss from you, Jimmy?
Yeah, it's a miss. I agree with you. He had good movies. Did he make Rebel Moon?
He did, yes.
He did. That was
so hyped from him and Netflix, and then like I watched. I'm like, what are we?
It was literally Star Wars.
I was gonna say he tried to make his Star Wars. He tried to make Star Wars.
Anyway,
I like to Disney. Like, hey, let me try it. But it's like no.
Yeah, I like 300, and and I like the Justice League Snyder cut, but Rebel Moon truly was bad. Yeah. So I'll also agree with Jimmy. Let's move on.
Let's just move on.
300 Man of Steel are his best movies. Yeah. You know,
I did really like Man of Steel. I know a lot of people don't. I'm gonna say I'll give him a middle. I'll give him credit for Man of Steel. But then he also did
Rebel Moon, bro, in the theatrical cut.
Well, that's why I was saying. Miss at first, but let's move on. How about that?
Speaking of moving on, we're going to talk about hit or miss new DCU casting. How are we feeling?
So far, I'm excited. I'm pumped. I'm optimistic. I'm optimistic. I'm there.
So far.
I really think that James Gunn with prep time, which he has, is going to be okay.
Batman. With Peter Safran as well, dude.
Yeah, I think they're going to tell a different take and view of a new DC, and I'm excited for it.
Me too. I think
that's where I'm at.
I think it's all been hit so far.
Yep.
Superman poster and all, or picture and all.
All right, we've got some theories. A popular fan theory suggests that Tom Hardy's Max in Mad Max Fury Road is actually the feral kid from Mad Max 2. The Road Warrior, who grows up and takes on Max's identity. The theory points to similarities in their primitive behaviors, survival instincts, ambiguous timelines, with Hardy's gruff and animalistic portrayal of Max aligning with how the feral kid might evolve. I want to say I thought this when I was watching this. While George Miller has not confirmed this, the theory adds an interesting layer of continuity, allowing fans to imagine a deeper connection between the two characters. I thought that's what they were doing.
I thought that was intentional from the beginning.
Yeah, I remember when I was watching this, I was like, "Oh, okay. I mean, that's him when he's a kid."
Yeah, I'm for it.
I don't really.
I think I kind of got that vibe. I don't think I ever really thought too much into it.
No, it was just you're watching and processing.
Right, exactly. It was just kind of like,
oh yeah, that was my take.
I mean, you tell me the theory, and I'm just like, yeah, totally.
Yeah, that's like, make it canon. Make it canon. All right,
make it canon.
Not a theory.
This is
Ash
a fact.
Ketchum, the protagonist of the Pokemon anime, has been in a coma since the first episode. After being struck by lightning while trying to save Pikachu from a flock of Spearow, Ash supposedly fell into a coma. Everything that happens afterwards is his imagination. This explains why Ash never ages, meets legendary Pokemon frequently, and continues to have a reset after every major region with no lasting consequences. It also ties into how Ash tends to forget important strategies or previous Pokemon he trained, as if the storylines aren't fully coherent. This is a theory, but you're saying it's fact?
This is my canon. It's not actually, it's just theory, obviously. But
so it hasn't been confirmed?
No, it's not confirmed.
But this is what you believe, Wes.
This is what I believe. Dude, this is 100%. He's been in a coma this entire time.
So how would you react if they paid this off?
I'd probably be like, oh, cool, sweet.
I think it would be lame if they paid it off. Wouldn't it undo everything? Like,
yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
that would suck.
I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh on top anyway. Let's go.
No, my gosh, no. Love Yu-Gi-Oh, but not on top of Pokemon. No.
I mean, it sounds cool.
No, it doesn't. Bro. It would undo everything.
It would undo everything, but then they could reset it.
But Ash isn't even there anymore.
Exactly.
He gets snapped.
He finally wins. He finally beats the Pokemon League, and he wins.
Warren,
yeah.
Define the perfect casting. The perfect casting. You only get one. Your example is like Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man.
That's my example.
You can't use that one anymore.
But that was what I was gonna say. That's cheating.
Nope, you got to use another one. Who's your perfect cast? Doesn't have to be a superhero movie either. It can be any movie.
No, yeah.
That's a hard one. The perfect. Dang. There's so many.
The perfect casting.
I mean, Ryan Reynolds is the perfect Deadpool. Hugh Jackman is the perfect Wolverine.
No, he's too tall. But besides
that, Chris Evans was a perfect Captain America to me.
What is it, Wes?
I'm stuck on Marvel.
Alan Rickman, Severus Snape.
That's a great one too.
That's a really good one.
I was thinking Harry Potter.
I was gonna say Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Could there be
I also think Benedict Cumberbatch, Doctor Strange. I think he was perfect. I don't think they could do any better than that.
Ooh, that's a really good one. Like, he is definitely.
This might be bias, and it's a twofer, but Sir Patrick Stewart, Jean-Luc Picard, and Dr. X and Professor X.
Yeah,
that's a twofer.
We could go all day. Sir Ian as
Gandalf.
Gandalf.
And as Magneto.
Yeah.
Holy crap, dude. That's
The twofers are and they're best friends. Like that's actually great. Yeah. Yeah. No, Jean-Luc Picard, man.
Dang.
I mean, and then Professor X, obviously. I mean, he's still playing Professor X to this day.
Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman. She's perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna go with Patrick Stewart though. And I'll link in Sir Ian McKellen as well, because they're awesome. Gandalf. Yeah, Gandalf's really great.
Gandalf's a really good one.
But him as Magneto as well, I think was.
I don't think I can like bring it down to one. I mean, I just named a bunch. There's even more.
Yeah, but I have a fondness for Marvel and Star Trek. Yeah. So it's like Jean-Luc Picard works for me.
I mean, could you imagine another Luke?
Totally.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you know there was another Marty McFly? Like most of the movie was shot with a different actor before they brought in.
Oh, I didn't know that. No,
you didn't know that either. Yeah, go watch it. It was more of a dark, like he wasn't whimsical, or it was more of a like they were like, we've got this is too dark. This is too like drama, whatever. And they
axed. Do they know who the actor was?
Yeah. I mean, he was
like
a
famous
popular
actor.
Yeah, he was back then. And they axed him and brought in.
Let's take a look.
Are you in the Back to the Future like binge right now, Jimmy? Is there something you want to tell us?
No, I just know all this.
With your shirt as well?
Oh, I didn't even think about that. But no, look it up real quick.
Eric Stoltz.
He was Marty McFly, and they shot most of the movie and then said, the tone is not what we're looking for, and they got rid of him. Like there's footage of all the scenes with him.
I would say, can you imagine missing out on that? But he looks like he's had one hell of an acting career anyway. So
yeah, I just thought that was cool. All right, it is top 5 time.
Oh wait, you got one more?
No.
One more random topic.
Your dream game based on a superhero. Your dream game.
So like a superhero game, like a game with a superhero. One game. What is it?
Wait, like. Repeat the question.
So like pick a character, like pick a superhero that you would want a game from.
Can it be a villain?
Be a villain, anything. Yeah,
I want a badass Dr. Doom game.
Ooh.
Not Fortnite.
Not Fortnite, yeah.
No, not Fortnite. like a Batman Arkham vein, but Dr. Doom.
This is interesting for me because my favorites are the ones where you create your own characters, like Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah, well, this one you start off. It's an origin, and you start off, and you literally have no powers, and then by the end of it, that'd be cool.
I really don't know. Like, I think it would be like my mind goes to Star Wars for some reason.
Okay,
but we have several Star Wars games, right?
No, we don't have several. We have like hundreds.
Right, exactly. That's what I mean. So it's just kind of like I don't want to dive into that kind of like realm, but and then I think Spider-Man, but we have Spider-Man games, right? So it's kind of I don't know.
It'd be cool to have a Kang game where you had to like fight the other Kangs and go
through time, stuff like that. Like that would be pretty cool.
Superman for me.
Superman.
Yep.
We've never had a good Superman game. Actually, Superman 64 is labeled as one of the worst games ever made.
Yeah. We need like a Rocksteady Superman game, dude.
In the Batman Arkham style.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we've been wanting that forever, but they decided to do Suicide Squad for some reason.
Yeah.
That was a success for them, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I don't know. This one's hard for me. I
would say Dr. Doom.
I'm gonna Iron Man game.
Well, I played the Avengers game that came out. They sent it to me, and you got because in my mind I was like, it'd be what would be cool. It'd be cool to see like a Thor game, but more of the Asgardian components to it, not him on Earth, right? Him in other realms, like in Asgard and other places like that. That's my answer. That would be really cool.
That'd be
like
cool.
actually have him stay away from Earth and go into the more mystical kind of like Norse mythology side of everything.
It's like a over the shoulder like God of War style.
Right. Yeah, something like that.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
That'd be dope.
Yeah.
Like a combination between like the Marvel but also actual Norse mythology.
I feel like this episode is leaning towards it's trying to like make itself a Pokemon episode. Top 5 time. Warren.
Good.
Top 5 Pokemon of all time.
Boom! It lights up and everything. If you turn it on, hold on. If you turn it on, when you touch it, it lights up. I don't think you can see it though because it's so much light.
A grown man with his toys. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
All my toys.
I know. He pulls stuff out every episode.
Pikachu right here. Okay. And this thing is like, it's metal. It's heavy. Like, it's awesome.
That's like $100, isn't it?
Yeah, it's expensive.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, but it lights up when you open it and everything. See, like, okay, trying to like, see how it lights up? See, it's not lit up.
Hey, get it right. Get it right in the middle of your camera for all the Spotify and Apple listeners.
Yes, exactly.
There you go.
Hold up. There you go. See, it's not lit up. It's lit up.
Guys, if you didn't know, if you're watching us on an audio-only platform, you can come over to YouTube and you can see Warren's Pokeball.
Yeah. Whoa, that sounds wrong.
Hold on now.
All right, top 5 Pokemon. At number 5 for me is Magikarp, and there's a reason. It's not because Magikarp is strong. It's because when Pokemon Go first came out, Ashley got into it with me. Like, we were actually doing it together and driving around, and she was secretly going down this road by the lake every day because she could farm Magikarp down there, and she didn't tell me about it. And I just thought that was really funny. So Magikarp's number 5.
Okay, Jimmy like didn't play a lot of Pokemon, I can tell then.
I just told you why I put it at number 5.
I get that, but I don't think Magikarp makes anybody's list. That's a very heartfelt.
If he evolves into Gyarados, like
that's where I thought you were going. Well, then you would say Gyarados.
It was a story about her trying to evolve him secretly. Gotcha. Whatever. It's a wholesome story.
I'm not shaming. I'm not shaming.
What's your number 5, Tryhard?
Magikarp though.
That's all I'm saying. Charizard. Because
Charizard.
Original, I would always. Well, first of all, I'm a first 151 Pokemon type of guy. Really big part of my childhood, but I played every Pokemon game that's came out. I will say everything on my list is from the first original 151.
Okay, number 4 for me is Charizard.
Oh, Charizard. Yeah. Why? Because you would pick Charmander every time as your first starter Pokemon? Yeah, I get it. It's awesome.
Charizard.
All right. This one always just like was like one of the coolest to me. Arcanine. You get a Growlithe, you evolve it into Arcanine. Freaking right before you could get it right before
majestic mane.
Yeah, you got it right before you fought the Elite Four in the original. Like, yeah, I would. Yeah, Arcanine and Vulpix and Ninetales honorable mention.
Yeah. All right. Number 3 for me is Ditto. I like Ditto.
Cool. Yeah. No.
I like Ditto. Isn't Ditto technically one of the most powerful?
I mean, I would imagine because you could copy.
Copy into any of them. Okay.
Yeah, totally. Except for the one in the show where Ditto would turn into them, but keep the Ditto face. He could get rid of his own face. Number 3 for me, Mewtwo.
Mewtwo.
Just can't argue. Just
legendary. Number 2 for me is Mewtwo. He was just cool. Or it was cool.
So cool.
Yeah.
Well, and I'll play to the other side of that. And my number 2, Mew.
Okay, you put them both?
Yeah. No, and I was like, do I just put one? Do I just put, like, no. And then I thought about the Pokemon movie that came out, the first one. Like, I saw that movie so many times. And I just thought that was so cool to see them. And, like Mewtwo is like, like the clone off of Mew and everything. Like Mew, it's just, they're awesome.
Yeah. My number 1 since the very beginning, first time I was ever introduced into Pokemon, is Blastoise. A big old turtle with guns on his back. He was awesome.
I thought we almost had the starter, the same number 1 for a second. It's hard to argue Blastoise. Yeah, it's like Charizard, right?
I love Blastoise.
Yeah. Mine is
Pikachu.
Yeah. Just awesome. Like especially watching the show.
It is Pokemon. Pikachu is Pokemon.
Yeah. He is, but even the stories with him, like I think back to like the first time, like when he fought Raichu, you guys remember, he got obliterated, and then Ash is like, "Hey, here's a Thunderstone if you want to evolve to be a Raichu." He's like, he smacks it out of his hand with his tail. It's like, nah, screw that, dude. I'm gonna beat him. Like, I'm Pikachu, and then he beats him. Like, so many good stories, Pikachu. Yeah, to me, like Pokemon, Pikachu comes into my head, right? I mean, for a lot of people too, right? And hello, Detective Pikachu. No, I think that was one of the hacks too. They found out there's
the Great Detective Pikachu movie.
The Great Detective Pikachu movie coming out. Yeah, that was part of the Nintendo hack.
Ryan Reynolds back? Question mark?
I hope so.
I hope so. I would imagine.
All right. This is a good one. Top 5 game developers. Now, we're going to include publishers and developers here. So because some publishers are considered developers, it blurs the line. So we're gonna go top 5 game developers.
I'm not sure I know the difference, but I have my
like Nintendo. Nintendo, for example, they publish and they self-develop.
Yeah.
You know?
So you start number 5.
Riot
Games.
Yeah, is that a publisher or developer?
Yeah, it's both. It's both. They self-publish.
It's both.
Okay. Yeah, I hate League of Legends, but I still play it.
Yeah, you can't. You have to respect it for sure. I mean,
yeah, sure. No, I think it's stupid. I really do think there's a lot that's stupid to it, but it's one of those things where I'm like, yeah, I play it with my friends, and I get rageful every time I play it. But there's a lot of times where it's fun, and they have Valorant and stuff as well. So yeah.
All right. In an effort to not, I'm going to get called a COD shill, but Activision at number 5 for me, not just because of Call of Duty. Number 5, yeah. I mean, you got Crash, Spyro, Guitar Hero, Tony Hawk, Destiny. They have a just laundry list of banger games, and I know it's easy to hate on them for some things and practices and stuff like that they've done, but still, they put out some really good games. Number 5.
Sure, totally. Yeah, I don't know if I get flack for this or if people are just like, hell yeah. Number 4, Square Enix, Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. If you were about to say EA, I was gonna be like, yeah, you're gonna get flack.
No, they're not on my list. I'll go ahead and say that.
Number 4, Square Enix.
But Kingdom, yeah, because dude, Kingdom Hearts is like one of the best games. So is Final Fantasy.
That's a good one. I didn't put them on my list, but now that I think about it, that's a good one. Number 4 for me is Rocksteady, solely because of the Arkham series.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the Arkham series is awesome.
They're great. Yeah.
Awesome. Spawned a generation of multiple games in the same.
Yeah. Yep.
I agree. Number 3 for me is Epic Games.
Okay, I thought about it. I mean,
Fortnite, Rocket League.
Yeah.
They're also Genshin Impact, which I guess is really huge as well.
Number 3 for me is Respawn Entertainment. I mean, you got Titanfall, you got Jedi Survivor. Didn't they do Battlefield? Star Wars Battlefront. Yeah,
I was gonna say Battlefield.
I like Respawn. I went to Respawn for the first Titanfall, like when they were just like getting going. And if you don't know, Respawn is compiled from people that left the Infinity Ward team back in the Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 era. They like split and did their own thing. So yeah, I like Respawn a lot.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that. Is it number 2 for me? Yeah.
Yeah, number 2.
Activision Blizzard.
Well, yeah. Activision Blizzard. Yeah.
Yeah. It's, Call of Duty. I can't wait till next week when the new one drops. Like, yeah. And then you have what, Overwatch as well. And like, there's just, I love Destiny. Like, there's just a lot. Yeah.
Guitar Hero. I don't think people remember how big that was.
It was insanely huge.
Was
that Activision?
Guitar Hero, yeah.
Blizzard?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yes,
well,
there you go.
It was Activision, yeah.
It was Activision, yeah.
All right, number 2 for me is From Software. I mean, Bloodborne, Dark Souls. No?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Dark Souls.
Yeah, I haven't played.
Warren's looking at me like I'm crazy.
Well, because you're the one who almost made it sound like this shouldn't be on the list, but it's your number 1.
That was
my number 1 is Nintendo.
Oh my gosh, you left off you left them off, buddy.
Yep, you did.
You left them off.
I mean, you left a lot off too, Jimmy.
Nintendo's an easy answer. I get it.
What are you talking about? Zelda, Pokemon?
That's great.
Mario, brother. Yeah. What are you talking about?
At number 1, the best video game developer is hands down. It's not even a question. Rockstar, all day long. GTA, Max Payne, Red Dead Redemption, Midnight Club, Manhunt. I mean, they put out the best games. Bully.
So with the exception of the very first Grand Theft Auto, I have not played any of those games.
What? Dude, go play every one of them. You've never played Red Dead Redemption 2 or 1 or...
Nope.
Warren, you would get lost and become a cowboy for like a year.
Yeah, you love it.
I'm more the fantasy type of guy.
I can't begin to explain to you the little details in that game.
I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying I haven't played them, which is why I didn't put Rockstar on my list. Because, like I said, I'm more of a fantasy guy. Like I like the fake worlds where Link, and Pokemon World and stuff like that. Yeah,
I get it.
Here's my 5. Ready?
Yep.
Obsidian Entertainment. Bethesda Game Studios,
Bethesda,
CDPR, Nintendo, and Rockstar.
Okay. Honorable mentions for me: Obsidian. You had all the Star Wars, Fallout New Vegas. They did South Park: Stick of Truth, and then I had BioWare too. Mass Effect, Dragon Age, KOTOR.
Mm-hmm.
Honorable mention for me: Rockstar Games.
Hey, no joke. If you ever have any extra time and you just want to go get lost in something, seriously, try out Red Dead 2.
Yep. Or
I've actually heard really good things.
The Witcher.
It's wild, dude. It is freaking wild.
They're The Witcher? Rockstar's The Witcher?
No. I'm talking CDPR. So CDPR did Cyberpunk, they did The Witcher. They're about to be doing a new saga for The Witcher.
Sweet.
All right, one more top 5. Top 5 grilling food, or top 5 grilling food. I'm just going to keep mine super simple. At number 5 for me, I love corn on the cob grilled.
You said you had no vegetables. You lied.
I mean, corn on the cob is a starch, so
it's not considered a vegetable.
I mean, it's not like a green.
I'm not even bashing you. Corn on the cob's freaking
grilled corn on the cob is amazing. And then you make it into that like Mexican grilled corn on the cob.
Yeah. Well, I although you can't tell because of my extreme whiteness, I am Mexican. Like maybe if you just see the mustache, it comes. Yeah. So. No, totally. Oh, my buddy eats it with mayonnaise though. Just
no.
You ever eat corn a long way?
No.
I don't have any starches or vegetables on mine. To me, I have a smoker, and I can
we have
smoke
a smoker too.
Killer wings.
Oh yeah, Ashley makes chicken drumsticks wings. And wings. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Yeah, so that's number 5 for me.
Okay.
I guess technically not grilled.
That's fine. We'll go with it.
Yeah.
Number 4, there's nothing quite like a good grilled brat, especially if you get the ones that are stuffed with cheddar or stuffed with jalapenos. It's a must. Like if anybody says, well, you're grilling burgers and hot dogs, I'm including brats in there. Number 4, brats.
Number 4, just some good old regular beef. I mean, it could be sirloin beef, but just steak? Like burgers. Huh?
Like a sirloin steak? Or are you talking about?
No, like a sirloin patty. I'm just talking about just hamburger meat. Okay. Just hamburger beef, making burgers on a grill. Okay. But I have some sirloin patties right now that are insanely good.
Sirloin burgers are great. Yeah, cold smoked burgers or the meat is really good. Number 3 for me is burgers.
Yeah. That's basically what I meant by number 4.
Salt and peppered with some saltgrass seasoning, and it's perfect.
I use McCormick's. I love McCormick's. Yeah.
Do you guys like the thick burgers or mash burgers?
I don't like the mash burgers, but I don't like them super, super thick either. Now, sometimes we do the Juicy Lucy where we stuff them. So you do a smash patty, and then you put the blue cheese in the middle or whatever kind of cheese, and then the top patty.
And you kind of mash it,
Yeah, those are good. Juicy Lucy.
Number 3 for me, tri-tip.
Okay.
I love tri-tip, man.
I feel like you would be a kebab guy.
I mean, I don't not like kebabs. It's not something I ever go for.
Okay. All right.
I just like meat in general, but tri-tip to me is something that's just, I love tri-tip. I have some in my freezer right now.
Number 2 for me is steak. Obviously filet mignon is amazing, but I do like a buttered sauce ribeye. I'll eat a T-bone too. Ashley is a filet mignon all day long, but a properly cooked and properly seasoned, whether you're dry rubbing, whether you're just salt and pepper, whether you're soaking in a marinade, just a grilled steak. Oof.
I'll take any type of steak, bro.
Any type of steak. He's like, I'll take the skirt steak. I'll take.
I mean, I bought like 500. I bought $500 of meat, and that's what's in my fridge right now.
Yeah,
like it's like New York strip. Well, I'll just get my number 2. Kind of on your point, sirloin. Just like a good sirloin, man. Just like, yeah, I love sirloin, man. Like I said, I even have like the sirloin patties as well. Just like, oh, so good.
All right, number 1 for me, and I told you the smoker. Chicken, like barbecue wings and
Interesting.
legs.
Okay, yeah.
So you could go 2 ways. I could grill them and like put my type of sticky sauce on them and char them up on the grill. But if Ashley's cooking them for 8 hours and they've been brine marinated for 24 hours before, and then there's smoke, that's a whole nother level of like wings and stuff. So
All right, I like it. Yeah, that was on mine too. I don't know what my number one is called, but it's like a sausage log. Does anybody know what I'm talking about?
Is it a brat?
I don't know. Hold on. Let me look it up real quick because it's been called different names.
What is this mystery meat?
It's so good. The hog log.
What the heck is
that? That sounds amazing. I need it now.
It's pork.
So it's you basically what you do is you make a bacon weave.
Okay.
And then on top of that, you put sausage and then cheese, and then like you can put like fried onions on it, and then you roll it up
in it
into a log.
Bacon.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Here, right here. I got a link to this right
here.
So
you heard it here first. Warren loves the hog log.
The hog log. Sounds very phallic right now. Multiverse.
Jump in on YouTube and look at my Pokeball as we talk about the hog log.
That's awesome. All right.
That's hilarious.
It is now time for One Must Go.
Take a look at this though. I sent you the link. Take a look at it. You'll want to make one. You'll want to make one for sure. It's amazing.
The hog log.
Oh,
I don't think
I've seen this.
Yeah, see, I don't know what its actual name is. I don't think it's called the hog log. I think that's what they call it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Good branding, honestly.
They're so good. They're
absolutely.
So good.
That's funny.
Right. Honorable mention brisket.
Honorable mention grilled shrimp for me.
Oh, I didn't even think seafood. I was just thinking meat. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Grilled anything though. Like let's be honest. Like there's something about
just
like
grilling. I love grilling. Yeah.
Nice cold brewski. You're just kind of chilling. Yeah, 100%. Okay, here we go. One must go time. Are you guys ready?
Ready.
Sure.
This is going to be Warren's favorite first one.
Which means it's horror.
Okay, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, Texas Chainsaw, and Scream.
Oh, Scream's gone.
Sure, why not? I don't care. Get rid of Scream.
So, Nightmare on Elm Street, Texas Chainsaw, and Friday the 13th are classic legacy movies. Scream is legacy in its own way because when it first came out, jump scares weren't really prominent like that. They kind of made it a thing. So when it first came out, the new was there and everybody was like, and the guy's on the phone with her and what's your favorite scary story and all that.
I'm going to disagree.
It doesn't compete with the legacy. Those three you just named are legacy movies.
You want to know why I'm going to disagree?
Sure.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre gone. Okay. Scream is staying. Yeah. Do you want to know why? Because without Scream, we would not have gotten Scary Movie.
Oh my God! You don't get an opinion anymore.
Straight up,
your opinion's gone.
Straight up, I can mute.
I'm taking away the T off your goat. Oh my Lord,
dude! The what's up,
dude? Texas Chainsaw Massacre it got under your skin, literally.
It was Leatherface, right?
I mean, yeah, dude made masks out of skin. Okay, all right.
If I didn't like Scary Movie as much, I
probably Warren's not liking it. We got to keep going.
Yeah, we gotta go. Okay, here we go. Let's go to a category that he would like. One must go: mac and cheese, Doritos, or pickles.
Pickles. This is the weirdest combo ever, but pickles. I love mac and cheese, and I love Doritos.
Gherkin pickles are some of the best in the world. I can eat a whole jar.
I don't care. I eat mac and cheese and I eat Doritos all the time.
He's like, I eat mac and cheese and Doritos.
I'm gonna eat my Doritos with my mac and cheese.
I eat pickles, but like I'm never like, yo, let me get some pickles. There are times where I'm like, first of all, I love chips. Like if I could classify my favorite food, it'd be chips.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
I'm gonna go with you. I couldn't imagine not being able to get a Dorito or
mac and cheese at some point in time. Right. Don't get me wrong, I like pickles, but like
okay. All right.
It's mac and cheese and Doritos.
Wes, which one for you?
I mean pickles? Yeah, no, I gotta get rid of no. I mean, yeah, pickles like is such an easy one to get rid of, but like if I'm eating a burger,
it's either pickles or mac and cheese.
Do you want pickles on your burger?
Yes, 100%. Always.
Okay, well you'd never get
to
that
me
again.
A pickles
also,
never...
if you guys want pickles like Dill Spears,
that's what Ashley likes.
Wahlburgers, Dill Spears, pick those up.
Yeah, but pickles never make a burger for me. Like even when I eat burgers, the only time I get pickles on something is a Chick-fil-A sandwich.
Okay. You never get it again.
I don't care.
All right.
A good a pickle can make a sandwich. Like it can make a burger.
I don't think so, but
100% for me.
All right.
Okay, here we go. Next up, one must go: Lois Lane, Pepper Potts, or MJ. Are you getting rid of?
See you, Lois.
Getting rid of Lois Lane.
Yep.
I'm getting rid of Pepper.
I'm not getting rid of. I'm not getting rid of MJ. I think MJ's really cool. I like Lois, Pepper Potts.
I like Pepper Potts, but I think Lois is more integral to Superman than Pepper Potts is to Iron Man.
Lois causes so many problems.
But she's more involved with the story of Superman than Lois.
Pepper was pretty intertwined.
Yeah, but okay, if it wasn't for the Iron Man live action movie, no one would care about Pepper Potts.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
Everyone knows you can't do that. MJ and Lois Lane. You can't erase history. If it wasn't for the Spider-Man movies, then nobody would pick MJ.
That's not true at all.
That's not true.
That's not true at all. No, it's not. She is so Jane, come on now. No. I don't know. Even with them, I'm not taking out the movies. I'm considering them, and I'm still saying Pepper Potts is going.
See you later, Lois.
We got a DC hater here, chat.
I will say I don't like Amy Adams as Lois Lane.
I can agree with that take. Okay, next up we have, here we go. This is going to be a spicy one. Marvel movies, DC movies, Star Wars, or Harry Potter.
Wait.
Pick wisely, Jimmy. I'm looking at you.
4 categories?
4 categories. Marvel movies, DC movies, Star Wars, or Harry Potter. I don't know what Jimmy's going to say. I don't know. Just say the word. Just do it.
I've got two. I'm debating on 2. Marvel's not going anywhere. Star Wars isn't going anywhere.
That's where I'm at.
I don't want to be labeled as the Harry Potter hater of this show because I don't hate Harry Potter. Me and Lainey just binge watched all 9 of those freaking movies like 3 months ago. We've been to Universal. We rode every Harry Potter ride there was. We went to Hogwarts. It was awesome. We rode the train. I disappeared into the wall. All that cool crap.
This is all him setting it up to say Harry Potter's going away. Let's look at his face.
No. I'm good with the offerings I have in front of me and what has been given to me from DC and movies.
Wait. Is this including all future ones?
No, they're not here.
Just as it is right now?
Yeah.
As it is here?
I'm with Jimmy. I'm getting rid of DC.
I'm literally getting rid of DC.
You want to know what? I'm getting rid of Star Wars.
But you just need to shut up.
Yeah.
Is what you need to do.
Yeah, Star Wars.
You need to just shut up with your pickle loving ass.
Bro, you're giving up the original series. You're giving up
dude,
prequels.
Bro.
You were giving up the Mandalorian.
Whoa! What are you giving Star Wars up for versus DC?
The Dark Knight trilogy.
Oh, yeah,
I get it, but
mother trucker.
But it's Star Wars.
It is Star Wars, and guess what? I can read the books by Timothy Zahn, and I get rid of the movies.
You should get rid of Harry Potter.
No,
I'm changing my mind. I'm getting rid of Harry Potter.
Yeah, I'm back up. Harry Potter.
Because I wasn't even thinking.
Okay.
You know what?
You're right. I forgot about the Dark Knight movies.
I forgot about everything before the Snyder.
I'm just thinking Zack Snyder.
That's all I was thinking too. That's all I was thinking too. But then I think
Harry Potter's gone.
If you get rid of Harry Potter movies, you still get the books. So I give you guys a pass.
Okay. All right.
And I read all the books before the movies, and the books were way better.
They were so good. So I'll give you guys a pass. But just know,
that's so funny. We were both just thinking of Snyder. Because I was even like,
but even just thinking of Snyder, I'm still on the fence. like
Snyder, yeah. But you know what? I do like the Snyder cut of the Justice League. I do like Man of Steel.
Man of Steel is really good.
Yeah, there were some cool moments in the regular Justice League and Batman vs Superman. There were some cool moments, but then I think Val Kilmer's Batman, that was like the first thing I remember seeing for Batman, and I love that. Right.
Does anybody think Aquaman, the Mantis, Black Mantis, is the dumbest villain ever?
They should just
maybe
reuse.
Not the dumbest ever, but
every time I see him in his big head helmet, I think Darth
weird.
Helmet from Spaceballs. I really do. All right, let's move on.
They should just reuse the actor for Black Mantis and put him on like something else.
Yeah.
Should we definitively say me and Jimmy will give up, out of all the options, we're giving up Harry Potter?
We're giving up Harry Potter.
That's fair. I mean, I can get rid of the Star Wars movies. I still have the books. There's a lot of good books out there.
But with Harry Potter, like, I love Harry Potter, don't get me wrong. And the same thing Jimmy said, I'm there too. I've been to everything. I grew up in Orlando, right? Where Harry Potter world is. I have robe. I have a wand. But
Star Wars.
There's only the 9 movies. Right? I mean, Well, I guess there's Fantastic
Not yet. HBO's working on it. Don't worry.
And I'm worried as hell. So, but anyways, yeah, I can't give up the Dark Knight trilogy and even some of the Snyderverse stuff, and then everything before Val Kilmer, Michael Keaton, like, yeah.
Can't believe you said Star Wars. All right,
I can get rid of Star Wars. Star Wars is easy to get rid of, like, bro. Like, look at the new trilogy, bro. Look at the new trilogy.
Yeah, but there's so much to it.
The original trilogy carries the burden.
And I grew up on that 100%. Like my mom is a big Star Wars fan. If she hears this podcast, I'm probably
I'm gonna message her this clip.
I'm probably gonna get murdered, but it's listen, Harry Potter is integral to my life. My
Rogue
soul.
One, Revenge of the Sith, The Mandalorian.
Like, Rogue One is the best film that they've made like since the original trilogy. Name a better film.
Revenge of the Sith.
No. Since he said since
the original trilogy, I'm dead ass since the original trilogy.
No,
Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah,
Revenge of the Sith is good, but it's not Rogue One.
It all depends on if
that's debatable.
That's like yeah. Hey, this isn't a Star Wars podcast.
Yeah, that's true. We're not a Star.
Yes,
we're never gonna beat the allegations.
We're
never gonna beat the allegations. Okay, next up, guys, we have. This is a little bit different topic. Skydiving, scuba diving, bungee jumping, and rock climbing.
I have never bungee jumped. I have never skydived, and I have never scuba dived. I have rock climbed on a very, very small thing.
I'm going to do you an easy one. I'm going to get rid of 3 and only keep rock climbing.
I have no desire to jump out of an airplane.
Nope.
I really don't have a desire. I've snorkeled a lot, but I have no desire to take a tank of oxygen and go down to the depths of the sea.
Never.
And
I'm terrified of the water.
I definitely don't have any desire to take a man-made bungee cord and say it's going to save me.
Bungee jumping will be the no.
I'm with Warren. I'm getting rid of all 3 of those.
I'm getting rid of all 3. Yeah.
My dad told me a long time ago, life is full of avoidable landmines, Jimmy. Ones that you can see coming and you can walk around them. All 3 of those are avoidable landmines.
I grew up surfing, and I think back to it now. I'm like, how did I do that?
Surfing's
I'm terrified of the ocean.
Yeah.
Oh, I've had sharks like right next to me. Right next to me. I've had a guy. I was surfing by a pier once. The guy caught a shark off a pier and threw it back like a foot away from me. I was like, "Thank you,
dude."
I mean, it was like it was like a 3-foot shark, but I'm like, hey, maybe throw it the other way.
For me, like
I can still take a chunk out of my leg.
True, yeah. I can see everything with skydiving. I can see everything with bungee jumping and rock climbing. When you're in the depths, you don't know what's there.
Well, that's why I say I'm not scuba diving. You're not getting me to scuba dive.
Yeah, no thanks.
Legitimately,
but you're not. No, you're not. You're not getting me to do either 3 of those.
No, I'm not doing any of them.
So I have to take them all.
Have you seen that one
like
big
rock
building?
Climbing is fun.
Have you seen that one big building that's like full of water? Like I would do that type of scuba diving, but I wouldn't be like I would be in a pool.
You say rock climbing, but what about those dudes? What about those dudes that do the free climbing?
Free solo? Oh my god, that film, dude! That documentary was crazy. That guy's on something else. Yeah,
they literally have a bag of chalk for their hands, and that's it.
Oh no, I know. I live in Utah, right? There's mountains.
Oh, true.
You have to climb everywhere, but yeah, no. I like going where you're on a rope and it's indoors. But I do actually. I enjoy. I live on a mountain, and I do enjoy a good hike where you have to climb a little bit, but it's not like life threatening.
Yeah,
fair. Okay, next up, last one for One Must Go. We have ancient times, the Renaissance, the 20th century, or the future.
Okay, ancient times, you got a good chance of dying. Like you're not going to make it to 20.
But on top of that, think about like the media, like what you're consuming.
Well, wait, what are you asking us? What would we rather live in?
No, which one would we get rid of?
Which one would you get rid of? One must go.
But am I getting rid of movies that are based off of these things?
You would get rid of movies as well. Yeah.
All right, Renaissance.
Renaissance seems kind of boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But A Knight's Tale.
That is classic. That is classic. Yeah, I'm getting.
But I don't know. You're not getting rid. You're not getting like ancient Greek and Rome and stuff. I'm not getting rid of that.
Yeah, I would say Renaissance too. It's funny. It jogs a memory. I watched Eternals last night, just for the heck of it.
How is it, Jimmy?
Super underrated. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Sure. I enjoyed it. Yeah. Anyway,
it's
all right.
Speaking of underrated,
Let's go.
Next up, guys, we have overrated, underrated. Get your signs. Let's get it going.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. Overrated, underrated. Netflix is Daredevil.
I think it's very properly
rated.
Good deal.
People appreciate it for the awesomeness that it is.
W. Okay. Next up, we have overrated, underrated. Ancient Aliens.
Is that a show?
Yeah, it's like a show.
What the heck?
No, I'm gonna do what Jimmy
did the same
originally
thing.
No, I'm doing it on purpose. I have no idea. So
it's underrated. Underrated.
Underrated. I agree with that.
If you start, even if you're not a fan or you don't want to know about it, you want to think inside your box. If you start watching those, you get hooked and you go down 100%. The wormhole. Yeah.
Agreed. Sure. Okay. Next up, overrated, underrated. Football, aka soccer.
I do not like soccer.
So we're going down together.
Yeah,
the most popular sport in the world. Me and Warren are agreeing is boring.
I would rather watch baseball, and I don't want to watch baseball.
The only time I'm into soccer is when it's the World Cup and the USA is involved.
I don't care then. Oh, maybe if USA is involved, sure, but I don't even care then. Like,
I think it's boring.
Quidditch is better pulse ratio.
It's boring. Sorry.
Okay. Next up, we have overrated, underrated. Snickers.
Ooh. Just for that, I'm putting underrated.
Peanut caramel.
Jimmy said over. Oh my god, dude! Peanut and caramel are amazing. This is why it's underrated. Snickers are amazing. I think I put that as my favorite bar.
You did
that one time.
You did.
No, I put a fast break.
It was up there. Oh yeah, you put some random.
Oh no, that's not some random.
Fast breaks are amazing.
A fast break would be considered like in the gaming industry. That's an indie game.
No, dude, that's a AAA publisher right there.
No, it's not.
Dude, fast breaks are amazing.
No, Peanut what's butter, that? Didn't you put like the old person Heath bar on there?
5,
yeah.
Because
okay, well, I can't defend that one. Sorry.
What's the one triangle one? A Trebone. It's like a triangle.
Toblerone.
My mom eats
Toblerone.
And he knows exactly what it is.
I haven't had one in a long time. Yeah, because they talk about it on Friends, and I watch
podcast
Friends.
Episode 11. He's going to be munching on a Toblerone after he eats his giant hog log.
After I eat, and then I'll wash it down with a Heath bar.
Yeah,
that's funny. Okay, next up, guys. Overrated, underrated. Comic-Con trailers.
I mean, a lot of the. We'll define that.
We're talking like Hall H, like reveal trailers.
I mean, they're properly rated. They're meant to hype up, and they usually do, don't they?
They're properly rated. They don't always live up. Like, I mean, because you can have a bad trailer, right? Yeah. So, but a lot of times you are getting a first look at something you've been waiting for a long time.
Yeah,
and the hype is real. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Okay, next up, jelly donuts.
So I think you guys hated on these when we did the donut take.
No, we hated on your order, Jimmy, not on them specifically.
We did a one must go, and you guys got rid of jelly, both of
you. Yeah, exactly.
And Ashley and Callie, I asked them, they do this often. Will does it, and they all got rid of jelly too. So I'm gonna go with underrated because you guys don't appreciate it. Doesn't mean it's not good. It is an amazing donut. Usually, it's a powdered donut filled with jellies.
To be fair, we didn't say we didn't like it, but out of the options given, we were getting rid of that one. I'll say properly rated.
Henceforth means you don't like it.
I liked it.
Is that even how you say that?
Henceforth, you
do not like the jelly, and you've stricken it from your
existence.
Yes.
Jimmy is in the Renaissance period, right?
Can we do? Can we do theme podcasts where we dress up and like talk?
We just role play.
Yeah. No. We could do a Star Wars one. We
could do
a Dungeons and Dragons.
Execute Order 66.
We could do a Call of Duty one. We could do a Legend of Zelda one. We could do a Harry Potter one.
Maybe once a year on Halloween.
Hey, okay. Can we agree the whatever we designate as the Halloween podcast? We're both dressed up.
Sure.
Okay.
I'll just throw a mask on.
That's funny. Okay, next up. Guys,
we have totally.
Short form content.
I am starting to really understand the power of it.
But do you like it? Do you like consuming it?
Yeah,
he's struggling because we produce a ton of shorts and TikToks
we do
on the channel, right?
So I don't know if it's a like or dislike, but I have found myself I consume way more short form than I do long form now.
It's a necessary evil for content creation as a medium. Do not like it.
I think it's properly rated. I think there's a lot of stupid crap that comes from it. But I don't like
I don't like having to squish
your
good footage.
See, he's thinking from a
editing standpoint.
Creator.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of like what I get from it, right? Like as a viewer. Yeah. And I think there's a lot of stupidness in it, but there's a lot of also good things to it too.
It's also becoming.
Some people are genuinely entertaining.
It's becoming the norm, like the standard.
I still prefer long form content. I still prefer long.
Agreed. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. They're going to be 3-minute shorts, but I think that they should do 10-minute shorts, right? But then they just flip it to the side, like just flip the aspect ratio so it's 16:9, and you know, just have regular content.
Speaking of that, really quick, YouTube completely dropped the ball on that.
Oh yeah, they did.
They said on the 15th 3-minute shorts, and then after everybody started I tried to put some on Multiverse, and I'm like, it's not recognized as a short. And they go, oh, it'll take weeks for the system to recognize it as a short. Just upload it normal.
Like, why is this getting 3 views, bro?
Oh my god. Anyway, that's not a topic. All right, go on.
Next up, guys, we have phone cases.
Oh.
Do you guys go unprotected?
Whoa, wait. Do you mean tempered glass in like the back case? Or are you talking about just fancy wanting like
just phone cases in general? There's like a crowd of people that will never put a phone case on their phone.
Yeah, properly rated because I'm not breaking my phone.
Mine's proper, but it's all utility. I want the mag charger on the back because I have a mag charger, and I want it protected, and I want the tempered glass. But it's all utility.
Do we all have the Spigen case? Is that what it's called?
No, I don't know what I have a pop socket case.
Oh,
yeah.
I think I have
the same one.
Yeah.
Dude, tempered glass. Look at, I don't know if you guys can see.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
My phone is gross, but that's all tempered shattered.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Anyway, for utility, I'm going to say properly rated.
Yeah, and like I get there's some phone cases out there like Casetify. Like they sent me some really cool Deadpool and Wolverine ones. It doesn't fit this phone, unfortunately, because I got the new one, but they're pretty cool. But I use it strictly for utility, not to express myself.
True. Okay, next up, guys, we have overrated, underrated, the fantasy genre.
I think it's properly rated.
I think it's properly rated. I think people appreciate it all, right? I mean, that's literally. Well, would you? Nah, it doesn't matter. It's probably rated.
You notice how mine's dark green and yours is light green?
Yeah, I saw the same thing.
Now we're reversed on the red.
That's funny. Okay. Brandon Sanderson, read his stuff. It's good stuff. Okay, next up we have retro gaming.
It's the best.
Dude,
I would say underrated.
Did you guys see the
properly rated, underrated, whatever you want to go? Yeah, retro gaming's the best.
Did you guys see the new analog? You know the analog pocket thing? Mm-hmm. They made another device, $250, and it plays like upscales
72,000 games.
No, it's Nintendo 64. It's literally just like it's a device, right? And you can just play your old cartridges and stuff. It's like $250.
That's
crazy.
Awesome.
That's cool. Yeah.
Next and last, overrated, underrated, The Terminator.
Well, considering it's predicting the future, I'm going to say it's properly rated. And it's
I'll go properly.
It predicted it 30 years ago.
That's crazy.
It's literally happening right now. Properly rated.
Yep.
Well, that's it for overrated, underrated.
We've got a few community questions. We got dual stream. Tropic Thunder is a classic. We talked about it last episode. If you ever want inside baseball on what comedians thought of the situation, look for Jamie Foxx and RDJ interviews, separate episodes on the Joe Rogan Experience. They both ultimately have a very positive experience. Love the movie, but they aren't sure if they could ever pull it off again. Absolutely, you could not in 2024. I agree. Tropic Thunder's classic. You watched that episode, Duel, and I was like, you think they could pull that off now?
So could you not pull off White Chicks now? It's the same thing.
It's I
mean, if it's the Wayans brothers, yes, you could. Like, it's the same cast.
Man, I'm a dude playing a dude.
Disguised as another dude.
But if it's the same cast, they could do it. But if it's new people, no chance in hell.
They're toast, yeah.
Yeah, they're burnt toast for sure.
All right, Goggles36195 says Marvel should release one of specials they planned. One of their special planned TV shows, I guess. And then if the reception is good,
special presentations,
turn it to the okay. So they're saying like they should try a one and done, and then if it's good, make it an entire show. That's cool, but here's the problem: they would already pretty much have to have the rest of the show going in production. Otherwise, you would get this one shot, and then you would have to wait like a year and a half for them to crank up and make the rest of it a show.
Which is fine if a character is like really, really good. I think they're actually utilizing the special presentations, from what I've heard, like very well. Like I've heard there's going to be a Silver Surfer one, right? Which would be cool because we'll see the Silver Surfer in Fantastic Four, and it'll be good to get a whole hour-long thing on his story, right?
That's different. You're getting an hour long. It's not doing it as a.
That's what I'm saying. No, I'm saying the way they're doing it right now, I think is actually pretty
cool. Okay. All right, and last
not a terrible idea if one goes extremely well. Make another. Just hey, let's make essentially a season 2, right?
Right. And last is Methan Federal. Would love to know you guys' take on Tupac, supposedly meant to play Mace Windu before he passed away. Do you think he would have been able to pull it off? Loving the podcast, by the way. Thank you, Methan.
Thank you.
It's hard for me to say because I just look at Samuel L. as Mace.
Yeah. I think Samuel was the way to go.
I think Tupac had a couple acting roles, but I don't think it was anything like to the standard of I would see him as a Master Jedi in Star Wars. I don't know.
I feel like I would just see Tupac.
Yeah. I don't think so. I don't think that would have been a good cast.
That's like wondering if Michael Jackson bought Marvel, right?
You know what?
Played Spider-Man, right?
that might be a perfect casting. Speaking of perfect casting, Mace Windu, like Samuel L. That might be
a perfect casting.
A really good one. That's a really good one too. Thank you for the comments, guys. You can leave us comments, ask us questions, whatever you want to do on any platform. There is a place to comment on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, TikTok, everywhere. And now, Warren, do you have any agree or disagrees?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to do them?
Sure. I had some from last time because we didn't do any last time.
We didn't do it last time. Let's rock them out.
I only have 4.
Okay.
Apparently.
I'll go first.
I deleted on accident.
Tom Holland will have love interest, love stuff with Black Cat and Spider-Man 4.
No. I disagree. Maybe
Are
somebody.
You disagreeing because there won't be a Black Cat?
Yes.
Okay. Tom Holland will have love stuff with somebody other than MJ in Spider-Man 4.
Agree.
Okay. All right. I think they need to create that divisiveness.
I think they should. I think it's good story-wise, right?
Yeah, I agree.
A very big conflict for Spider-Man that they could really focus on. Yeah. So Batman beats Iron Man.
I mean, do they both have prep time?
Sure.
Not a chance.
Not a chance that Batman beats Iron Man?
Yeah, not a chance.
You think Iron Man wins?
Absolutely. Mops the floor with him.
You're talking about the guy who took down the entire Justice League.
Listen to me. We're going to say they're both of equal intelligence. Okay? They both have the same prep time. Batman cannot fly. He has to go get in the bat jet or whatever. Batman, if he wants to go fast, he has to get in the Batmobile. If Batman wants to go underwater, he has to get in the Bat submarine, so on and so forth. Iron Man has all that utility on him. No, Iron Man destroys Batman.
Batman wins. End of discussion.
Yeah,
Next one.
Easy. I mean, League of Assassins. Batman was in League of...
Iron Man destroys Batman.
He can't fight, bro. You gotta.
What do you mean he can't fight? He went toe to toe with the God of Thunder. What are you talking about?
With the suit on,
not without the suit.
Well, you said Iron Man. You didn't say Tony Stark.
It's all the same.
No, it's not. Bruce Wayne versus Tony Stark is completely different.
Batman / Bruce Wayne.
No.
Iron Man
Bruce Wayne versus Tony Stark. Bruce Wayne mops the floor with him. Batman versus Iron Man.
Batman wipes the floor.
Oh my gosh. No. All right.
Batman takes on Thor, bro.
You're allowed to be wrong. Oh my gosh. My next one is about being overrated, but okay.
If Superman is a flop, the new DCU is destined to fail.
I disagree. I think people... It's tough, but I think people will still be open to a lot of other stuff just because it's so new. Okay. I don't think they have a ton riding on Superman specifically. I think there's so much they can do after that people will still be excited for.
I disagree. I think it's a first impression thing. And all eyes are on it.
Yeah, but people get second chances.
Yeah, but it's also Superman. who is going to be one of the most, if not the most important part, aside from Batman, in building out that universe.
I mean, there's Supergirl.
It's okay to be wrong.
Wonder Woman, Batman.
And I still think it's successful.
This is not nearly.
No, I think it's going to be successful.
But my next one, I do too. My next one is that Superman is actually a too overpowered character.
No, I disagree. He gets killed by Doomsday.
Because of the kryptonite and all that stuff.
Doesn't matter. He's got weaknesses. He's balanced.
I mean, if he's up against like other characters,
he's got one weakness.
Yeah, it's a space rock, bro.
Yeah.
I mean,
but if they got the space rock, then it like.
I mean, I could go back to your Batman guy. Your Batman guy with prep time handled him fine.
With the space rock.
With the space rock, and he's a human. So no, I don't think he's OP.
Think about how easy he handled Steppenwolf in Justice League. It was just like
that was
hi guys.
Well, that was lazy writing, is what.
But that's real. If you live in that real world, that's real. He's that strong.
He's not going to handle Darkseid like that.
I think most of the time Superman is overpowered. I feel like if he had a little bit more flaws, it could be he would be
needs a few flaws to me.
But like he is a superhero. Whenever we think of superhero, we think of Superman.
I'm not saying I don't
want
like
him to be OP. I think he's perfect, but I kind of agree. I see both sides. Like in one way, it's like he's OP whenever he's going up like head to head. But as soon as that space rock's in the equation, like
it's just a space rock. I'm not even saying it's a bad thing that he's overpowered, but he is overpowered.
All right. If they get your order wrong in the drive-thru, it's not worth circling back around. Just let it go and eat it.
It depends on how bad, like how wrong it is.
Okay, you order a burger and you say no tomato, and they put tomato on it. Are you going to go back around and get in line, or are you just going to take the tomato off?
I'm just taking the tomato off.
So what's the line that's crossed?
If I order a burger and you give me chicken nuggets, I'm going to get my burger.
See, I'm not. I'm probably just going to eat the chicken nuggets and think to myself, I was meant to eat the chicken nuggets.
I can't tell you the last time I ate chicken nuggets, unless they're from Chick-fil-A, in which they're real chicken nuggets.
I don't like circling back. I don't like going backwards. I don't like going on trips and taking the wrong way for a while and having to go back. I don't like things like that. And to me, circling back through a drive-thru.
Hey, Jimmy. This is the second Multiverse podcast. We literally circled back to it.
True.
What do you mean?
Gotcha on that one.
How did we do
that? We did the Multiverse podcast 5 years ago. Stopped it. And now we've circled back to
it. We did.
I just don't like confrontation. If I'm with my brother or my sister, like we're circling back every time. Like we're talking. If there's a tomato slice that's on there and it shouldn't be on there, like we're circling back every time.
Their face.
And you're probably like, no, guys, come on, just chill.
I'm like, it's not a big deal, guys. Like, come on. Yeah. No, my sister and my brother will literally go up there and be like, guys, because they worked fast food.
This is a tomato.
I luckily had not
free meals for life because of this tomato.
All right, you're up.
Is it my turn?
Mm-hmm.
The Mandalorian movie is gonna clap. It's gonna be great.
If you caught the last episode, you probably heard my take on I'm worried about it. I want it to be great. It has the potential to be great. I think it could be the space buddy cop movie that we all want, but I am very concerned with everything that's gone on. And now they're talking about having the super fan focus groups and stuff. Which super fans are those?
Hate that.
Which super fans are those?
See, that's all I think. That's all I think when this stuff happens. I'm like, why are you not calling on us YouTubers who literally spend every day, all day thinking about this?
You know as well as I do, it could be a great story and have great actors. We'll see. I
think it's
what's the film going to be even about? Like, what more can they tell? Like,
I'm hoping a lot.
I don't know. We'll see. All right, I've got two for you really quick. We'll close it out.
I've got one more.
Oh, you do? Okay. We will have human colonies on Mars by 2030.
Oh, I mean, what consists of a colony? Like two people?
2 people. A self-sustained colony where they like have a pod and they have oxygen and they grow potatoes.
6 years? No, I don't think so. You would have said 2040. Maybe Elon Musk and like his wife lives there.
I think we're one rocket ship exploding from them being regulated and stopping the program.
I mean, we've had rocket ships explode.
Yeah,
before.
I hope that doesn't happen.
But I'm talking like actual.
If you would have said 2040, I would have agreed with you. Okay. Not 2030.
Let's go to the moon first before we think about
Mars. So the flip of my last one, the Minecraft movie, it's gonna suck.
I think it's gonna suck.
I disagree.
It's gonna suck.
I disagree. I think it's gonna be good.
How do you think that?
I think that I'm being contrarian. Have you? I think that it's a bad trailer. I think once they, I mean, obviously it's an awful trailer, but I think once we see more of the,
the first clip we got was terrible too, Wes.
Here's my thinking. Sometimes movies have banger trailers
and then they suck.
And then they suck. This has a sucky trailer. So
I blame the marketing department.
We'll see.
I think it could be good.
Last one. Awesome. People in movie theaters that are loud and obnoxious should be escorted out immediately.
I'm the guy.
I know you are.
I'm the guy that yells at them.
I know.
Yeah.
And I wanted a reaction out of you.
Yeah. No, I've literally been in theaters. It was Ghostbusters, the first new one with Paul Rudd. Mm-hmm. And this kid was just doing something stupid. And I yelled something at him and I got people clapped for me.
Yeah.
People clapped for me. And then his dad, I guess, chewed him out because I heard his dad yelling at him after. But in my mind, I'm like, well, why were you letting your son do this for minutes?
Yeah.
Why weren't you yelling at him during the movie?
There is proper etiquette in the movie theater. And people are spending 100%. A lot of money. And I know people argue, I spend my money, I can do what I want. No, that's not what it's about.
No.
Escort it out immediately.
Yeah, I want like a hitman. Like we're talking like Agent 47, like all secretive, like just gone without us even knowing it.
Done to the neck.
Your chair leans backwards and goes into a hole. And
dude, yes. Like
they bring out an electric hog log and they stick it in your side and you're gone. Yep, gone.
My gosh.
And just like that, we are at the end.
Over halfway. Halfway.
Yep. Thank you, everybody who tuned in. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for 4,000 subs on YouTube. I'm pretty sure we are almost to 5,000 followers on TikTok, which is a huge, huge deal as well. So we thank you. I don't really know the numbers on Spotify or Apple, but everything's growing. We're growing a community, and we do have the Discord. You can go find it. We're not active in it yet. We're working on it, but you can definitely get in there and be active and kind of motivate us to get in there.
Do it. Give us some good ideas of what you want to hear for the next shows.
Yep. That's what it's all about. You tailor.
I'm not gonna ask that.
What?
I was gonna say, or what you want us to dress up for Halloween, but I will not dress up as anything horror-esque. So no.
He's gonna be Iron Man.
Come on.
That's gonna be
spam. Ghostface?
But that's stupid. That's just a little mask. I could just that's
no. You have the black robe and then the ghost.
No, face? I have to enjoy it. Or I'm gonna spend the whole podcast miserable.
It's just gonna be he's gonna be sitting over there like.
That's funny. Then, and on the flip, if you dress up as something like that, I'm gonna be like, all right, how do I get Jimmy off my screen?
How do I not?
It's audio only podcast.
Well, thank you very much.
Why don't you guys give us ideas as far as like stuff we like, and if you've been following us, you should have a decent idea by now.
There you go. See you in episode 11.